Hi, welcome to the AllBrands show with me, your host today, Courtney Dowlett. Hello, everyone. I'm seeing everyone jumping on. All right, we are live right now. I'm going to come say hi to you guys, some in the chat. Samantha, you were the first one here. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, Brenda. Hello. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Sewing Gal. I'm seeing everyone flooding in. Hello. All right, guys. So today's show, I'm actually pretty excited about is a no-sew applique. Now, I've done a previous show on it before on AllBrands After Hours, where we made this sweatshirt together, and it had fabric in the back and then the vinyl over it to kind of seal it in. And there was no stitching in this. So I've seen some people who were like, hey, Courtney, I love my ScanNCut, but I'm not really a sewer or an embroiderer. And that's totally okay. We're crafters of all kinds. So I wanted to show today one where we're not doing any sewing. I know she's sitting there judging me back there, the machine. I feel like she's like looking at me being like, oh, how could you? Now, Courtney, how are we able to do this? How are we able to create this with no sewing at all? So not only do I treat the back of my fabric, which I'll tell you about what I do to treat it, but I also put vinyl to seal in the edges. So it works out fantastically. Now, I'm already seeing some of you are putting those hashtag AllBrands in there. Now, if you do put hashtag AllBrands in the chat right now while we're live, it makes you eligible for a $25 AllBrands e-gift card. And we pull that every time after the show. So make sure that you're putting those hashtag AllBrands in there. Do not forget, because that is automatically going to enter you to win. And everyone loves free money. All right, so let's go ahead. Nancy's like, and hashtag AllBrands. All right, so let's go ahead. And I think if this camera is positioned correctly, let me show you how to do this. All right, so if you notice this fabric right here, this is actual fabric. This wasn't vinyl or anything like that. It was actual fabric that I selected and put a Heat and Bond Ultra on the back. Now, if you've never seen Heat and Bond Ultra, let me find my pack. I'm going to show you the packaging of it. It looks like this. It's Heat and Bond Ultra. Now, a lot of you are familiar with the Heat and Bond Light that we use for the back of appliques, but I do love Heat and Bond Ultra, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time. And I don't know if you guys can see. Whoop, 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 there we go. It says no sew. It is fantastic. So I love Heat and Bond Ultra for things that I don't want to sew, or say I'm putting something like this together and there's no actual stitches going in it, but I want to make sure it stays down on there. You can treat the back. Oh, Lauren, our imaginary friend, is amazing, and she just put it in the comments, so that way you guys have a direct link to this exact kind, like this packaging and all. So it's fantastic. So I love this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pick a fabric today. Have some fabric right here, and you guys are going to pick it. It's a collaborative effort here, and we're going to pick this together. And then I have this really pretty vinyl that I only have scraps, and I want to use it. It's too pretty. It's like this pretty, like, aquamarine color. It's giving me beach vibes. So let's go ahead and let's look at the fabric together. All right, so this is our vinyl that's going to be around the border, like how this one is, our mama one. It's going to be around the border, around that letter. So how that red is, it's going to be this pretty blue. So if we've got this blue, let's see. I've got little bits of fabric, this, where we could do every letter a different fabric, and that would be kind of fun, and it's very Eastery. Or I have this chevron. Now, if you're AllBrands behind the seams, you remember this fabric because we made an adorable little bunny out of it on AllBrands behind the seams, the membership channel. We made this cute little bunny for my niece, and we made it out of that chevron. Now, I know, and they told me on there, yes, chevron is technically out of style, but everything comes back. So I do have this pretty chevron that we could cut it out of, and it would go well with that if we wanted to make those together. All right. Or I have this fabric, which is so pretty. It's like got I don't know what you call it, like a hat stitch. I don't know. With that would be pretty. Do we like that one? All right. We're going to call this one floral. We'll call this one chevron. And then I have this one, and I really like this one. It's little pins. It's little push pins. So we'll call that one. And that would go cute with that. And I feel like it would pop because it's lighter, and that's kind of fun. So push pin. Or I have little bits of this left, and it's so pretty. And I've been waiting to make something out of this, and I don't know what. But I think this could be fun with that. I don't know. Let me know. So we'll say dress form for this one, push pins, chevron, or we do the dark floral. Let me know in the comments, which one do we like? I wish we could do like a poll. I wish we could do some kind of poll. where you guys could see them all and be like, it's this one, it's this one. Let's see. Ooh, I just ran across some of that glitter looking vinyl. I forgot I had. Oh yeah, Erin, go through your stash. That's what I've been doing, is going through my stash. Okay, Nancy's saying chevron or push pin are her picks. Let's see. What is everyone saying? Push pins, push pins. Oh, I think we might have a winner. Push pins, push pins. Okay. I think we got one floral. Let's see. Dress or the pins. All right, push pin. It looks like push pins is winning, guys. I know. Dress form, push pins, push pins, push pins. All right, I think we might have to do the push pins, which is totally fine by me. All right, so I think push pins is winning, which is great because I don't remember what I made out of this thing. It's one of those things where you've had the fabric for so long that you don't remember the original product or like original project that you did. I have no idea. I have no clue. And it does go well with this vinyl. So I feel like this is going to be a good win because the sweatshirt that I'm putting it on is gray. So how nice with the light, and then wherever I just threw that vinyl. I like that. Yep. I love that. You guys did good. All right. So the first thing we do, I already have my iron right here. Let me move my fabric mat. I just cleaned it. I just cleaned it. That one is at the end of its life, and this is her last chance. All right. Let me get my wool mat. I love these wool mats. They're fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and iron down my fabric and go ahead and treat the back of it with you guys. Now for this design, I don't need a lot of fabric, so I'm not going to treat the whole thing. I'm just going to cut off a piece of it that I need. I'm going to cut this way. Cut off a piece of it that I need. Let's see if it's going across. I think that big would be good. Yeah. All right. Now, someone asked in this video where I get my cutters. Lauren, our imaginary friend, can you get the I think it's WBT cutter and link it for them, which that one has an easier head to pop on and off. And I really like that one. And that one, of course, is not here right next to me. I brought it home, but link that one because it has an easier head. And I think they would much prefer that. Love your sewing studio. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a mess right now. You guys see the clean part. All right, let's see. You guys get to see the clean studio and not the other one. All right, there we go. And I still have, I'm going to make something out of this one day. Someone told me in one of the shows when I showed it, that particular fabric, I think it was behind the seams. They were like, make a push pin out of the push pin fabric. All right, so I'm just going to iron this down because bless her, she has been in my collection and wrinkled up. I'm going to grab my Mr. Spray. Yes, that, what is this? The M3 Pro iron does have a steamer built in, but there's something about these Mr. bottles that it's the Nifty Notion one. So good. It's something I enjoy doing. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. All right, I'm just ironing this to get the wrinkles out before I treat the back of it. Now, the difference between a Heat and Bond Ultra and a Heat and Bond Light is the Ultra, of course, is the stronger one out of the two. And that is just, it's going to hold on there. Where Heat and Bond Light, yeah, it's going to hold, but that's usually like a temporary hold because, oh, thank you. She's so fantastic. Lauren, our imaginary friend, just linked the scissors I recommend, the electric ones I recommend. They're fantastic and the head's really easy to get on and off on the ones she just linked. But anyways, so the light is great whenever you're doing an applique because we just want it to hold while the stitches are going through. But let's be honest, the stitches are what's holding it down. It's not the Heat and Bond Light. That's more of a temporary thing. But Heat and Bond Ultra, that's going to hold down your hopes and dreams. That's going to hold for a while. So it is just looks like a paper backing with like a rough side to it and then the smooth side. So I'm just going to put my fabric down on here and just rough cut it real fast. And then I just fold it back up, put it back in its packaging so I don't accidentally mix it up because it does say, where is it? Heat and Bond Ultra on parts of it. But then if it's a part that doesn't have that and I'm like using up scrap bits of it because I use every little bit of it, then how am I going to know which one it is? So I try to be good about putting it back in the little packaging so I remember what's what. All right, there we go. Fantastic. Let's scoot that down. All right, I'm going to be good about folding it back up. I need you guys to hold me accountable. I did not fold that back up correctly. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. All right, and putting it back in there so I remember what's what. Okay. I'm like, you guys have to hold me accountable for that because I'm so bad about that kind of thing. All right, so let me switch cameras. Oh, wrong camera. There we go. All righty, so we've got this right here, and I'm going to take it on the wrong side. So this is the right side of the fabric. This is the wrong side. I'm going to flip it to the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to go ahead and put it where you see where it's got this rough side to it, and then the smooth side right here. It's like folding a map. I love that. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. That was funny. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and line it up on here like this. Let me see. Go that way. There we go. Now, Courtney, why didn't you go all the way to the ends? Because I don't need that part of it. And I want to make sure that the Heat and Bond light's not accidentally over like this, because if I do that, that Heat and Bond light glue right here that we're about to heat up is going to get on my wool mat. So I usually do cut it a little shy of it just because of that reason. All right. Ooh. I think that might go over, and that makes me very nervous, because even if it wasn't my wool mat, it would be my ironing board, and I don't want to get gunk all over my ironing board. So I do usually cut just a little bit shy of it. All right, and we're going to go ahead and iron. So this is the paper side. The other side that's touching the wrong side of the fabric is the rough side, which is the adhesive side. Here we go, heating it down. All right. Now, someone asked me at AllBrands Academy whenever we were there, they were like, how long do you heat this up? And I was like, I don't know, usually when I get bored. But no, really was, I just put a little pressure and then move, put a little pressure, move, poof, you know, and go down. It takes seconds. It does not take long at all to be able to do it. We're going to heat it up. And then that way, she's all sealed in. It's so good. There we go. Fantastic. So now if we flip right side out. Now I like to keep the backing on my fabric whenever I'm cutting it out, when I'm doing appliques or anything like that, because it gives it a little structure when it is cutting out. Now, Courtney, I've heard different ways, and however way works best for you, but I do like to keep it on there. It does, again, give it a little bit of oomph to hold it together. All righty. Fran's like, I'm late. Why is everyone posting push pins? We were picking fabric. We were picking fabric, and they like the push pin fabric. I didn't realize how interesting that would be to people. That's true. Everyone just comes on. She's like, what in the world are they talking about? All right. So we've got our fabric here, and we've got, there it is. I was like, I knew I had my fabric mat. We got our fabric mat. So I'm going to put fabric side down on the fabric mat, paper side up. We don't want to put paper side down on a fabric mat, because then it's going to get paper stuck to our mat. It's going to be a nightmare to get off. Just do fabric side down on a fabric mat. But if you are flipping your material, remember to flip your design on your machine. It just works out better. All right, so I'm just going to lay this down on there. Should I do it this way? I kind of want to do it this way. You know what? I'll do it this way. It's fine. Nope, I lied. All right, there we go. Oh, I found my brayer. If you've never seen a brayer, it's like a mini steamroller. It's so good just to make sure your material is down on your mat. I absolutely love this thing. And I couldn't find it for the longest. And then I went to AllBrands Academy and I found it in my event tote. I was so excited. All right. Now, could you just do this? Yes, but I feel like it does it better. It's good. I like it. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and let's go in the design. Let's go in the machine and create our design. All righty, now the fun part. All right, let's go ahead and hit pattern. We're going to go to our fonts. All right, now we're going to pick a font. Now, I personally like a chunky font whenever I'm doing this, because in my head, oh, I'm going to be able to see more of the fabric. All right, let's see. Let's see, are you going to be able to see that white on the ScanNCut? It's going to be a little bit harder if I scan it in, the fabric in, but I would be able to see it, especially if I up the scan. All right, so I like this first one, but let's see. I feel like it's the chunkiest. Yeah, see, the other, that would be my other choice. Or, ooh, that one would be fun. How fun on a kid's shirt with their name. Oh, that would be cute. All righty, or at least their first initial. All right, there we go. So I'm going to put Mama, of course, on mine, because it's just going to be adorable and it's such a trend right now. Now, we could type in actual Mama on there and then be able to cut that out. But honestly, two of the letters are the same. So if you just want to cut out the two and then come back later and cut out the other ones, if you're using up scrap pieces, you absolutely can, because we're not really worried about alignment here. We're going to be probably doing them individually. So I'm going to type in mama though. You know what? I'm going to just do MA because my fabric isn't very, very large and I might have to stack them. So we're going to go ahead and hit set. All right, there she is. And I'm going to hit edit, object edit, and then the resize tool right here at the top, because I want to go ahead and resize this bigger. So I'm going to up that size. Oop, not decrease it, Courtney. And I want my letters pretty big. I'm trying to think how big I made my other ones that I did originally. I want to say they were like 4 inches tall, and it was beautiful. So I might do that here. Let's see. Ooh, that width's pretty big too. This might be wider than my fabric. If I leave it here, it won't be wider than my fabric. So I think that might be my height limit. Unless I do use this icon to lock it to be able to go taller, but it won't make me go wider. That would always be a win too if I wanted to do that. All right, so I love this. This is fantastic. Let's see, it's pretty wide. So I might lock it just a bit and change that width. There we go. I like that. I think that's good. All right, let's hit OK. And I'm going to go ahead and select this icon right here with the plus sign at the top because I want to add the second part of mama. It could have typed it all out, but just because my design isn't very big. There we go. So if we wanted to do that, we absolutely could. Now, this is the fun part. This is the part we're going to cut out of fabric, but we are going to do an offset cut. But for what we're doing right now, this is where we need to be. So I'm going to hit OK, OK again, and stay on this screen. So let's go ahead and let's load our fabric because we're going to cut out our fabric, and then I'm going to show you how to make that outline for the vinyl. All righty, there we go. We're going to hit this icon right here because this lets us scan in our mat to see in color what's on here. Now, this was the question that we had earlier. Courtney, because that's white, raise up to a 2. There we go. Because this is white, are you going to be able to see this okay whenever you scan it in? You can. I feel like in person I can see it better than whenever it's on camera, but you can. It's fine. There we go. Just because that Heat and Bond Ultra, almost said light, Heat and Bond Ultra is white on the back. The bar to set it up to a 2 is on the side. If you've never messed with that bar before, it's so cool. All right, there we are. How awesome is that? And see, I can see pretty well where my Heat and Bond Ultra is. So I'm going to move our design like that. Now, if you want to flip them, you absolutely can flip them. I really feel like it really wouldn't matter for these particular letters. I don't think it would matter, but if you wanted to, you could hit edit, object edit, and then that icon right in the center right there with the 2 arrows facing each other with the line, that's how you flip. There you go. Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead. Oh yeah, definitely can see. Yeah, Cindy, I feel like you can. All righty. Oh yeah, I'll explain more with the bar on the side. Let's hit OK. OK again. Please select, and we want to cut. To be able to cut this out, I am going to use the thin fabric blade. I've kind of allotted this particular one to be my scissors that I'm okay with going through that paper backing, because again, it gives it a little support and I feel like I get a better cut. So I do like this thin fabric blade to do that. But you guys know any other fabric, I'm going here. I'm going rotary blade. All right, fantastic. Let's hit start. All right, here she goes. And I don't think I moved that other camera that lets you see here. I think I moved it right here. I'm kind of sad about it because it is kind of cool when you guys can see right in there. All right, while she's cutting, let me answer some of the comments. Let's see. I'm a little behind. Jeez, she's fast. Calm down, girl. Calm down. Very cool. All right, let's see. Here we go. Do you use separate blades for paper and fabric with your cutter, or does it matter? I mean, it's personal preference. I do. I just have one that's kind of allotted to it that I use, but it's really personal preference of what you prefer. All right, let's see. What's another one? Are you going to be able to see the, oh yes, yeah, we were able to see it and it worked great. Oh, and you're done? I was talking to them. She's like, I know, but I need you to focus on me. There we go. All right, I will come back to it. I promise. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna unload. Fantastic. I love taking, my son has called me so many times and I see that you're calling me, but I can't answer right now. I want to make sure he's okay. Gotta love it. Let's see. I get it. You don't like me, so don't answer my calls. Really, son? He's the best. You know, when they go off to college, I thought that they like were too cool to hang out with you. Yeah, that's not the case. That is, they lied to me. That is not the case at all. All right, I'm gonna get my spatula tool. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I feel like the paper held right there, but how cool is that? So the paper backing is still on the back of it, but I can just pull that off very easily like that. And there she goes. And now she's ready for whenever we're doing her applique. So she can sit over there for now. That is so cool. All right, here we go. You know what? I should be good and multitask and cut out the vinyl while I'm doing this and taking off the paper backings. That would probably be smart, huh? Probably. All right, so I'm going to leave this be for right now, but cool is that? It's so cool. All right, and let's go ahead and switch back over. Now, I'm going to hit OK and come back because I want to be able to do something really cool. So we're going to select this first one right here, and we're going to hit Edit, Object Edit, and we're going to do what's called a, I call it an offset cut. So this icon right here with the little circle right there, there it is, offset distance. Now, to create that border, like how I did on this shirt, let me show you guys up close. There we go. So to create that border, so we cut out the fabric, how we just did with our pincushion fabric, but we need to create this shiny border to be able to seal it in. Because, I mean, not that I don't trust the Heat and Bond Ultra, I absolutely do, but it would be nice to be able to have it really sealed in on those edges so I can machine wash it and not have any issue about it peeling off or coming off in any kind of weird way. So to be able to make that, what I'm going to do is during this offset cut, I'm going to actually decrease. Now, most people would think to increase, to be able to increase it. If you increase it, it goes on the outside of that. I like to decrease it because like the inside of the A, let's shows, for example, the one we just cut out, one, how beautiful is that? But two, if I were to up it, it would come right here. But I want to make sure these edges are sealed in. So sorry, if I up it, it's going to come there, but I want to make sure these edges are sealed in. So I like to decrease. So we're going to decrease, and you're going to decrease however wide you want that to be, like that. So this one is -10. All right, I'm going to -10 this guy. Do I need to click out? Yeah. Click that one, offset, decrease to a -10. And it's really just how chunky do you want that border to be is how much you would decrease or increase. Again, it's up to you. I'm trying to think how much I did on this one. I don't remember for the life of me. I kind of want to see what it would look like more, but then I don't want to cover up my fabric. It's kind of hard. It's like, do you want more vinyl or do you want more fabric? I kind of like them both. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. OK again. Now, again, I could have just done it on one and then copied it for the other one, and it would have just done perfectly fine. But I'm just being a little ridiculous and doing them both at the same time, especially because my vinyl, again, I don't have a ton of it. I'm using up scraps. So I want to make sure that I'm able to use up those little scraps. So again, I could have cut out every single letter if I had wanted to do that, or however which way I wanted to be able to cut it out. It's really 100% up to you. But you could just write out the whole mama and just write it all out together. Or say that you want to write something that's a little bit larger than the 12 by 12 area right here. You could do individual letters to make a bigger design or be able to cut out bigger if you wanted to do that. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and we're going to hit OK. OK again. Please select, and I want to cut. Oh, you know, I really should go back a step, and that way I can scan in my vinyl. Ooh, that would be smart. There we go. Hit that scan icon. All right, let me move this over to the side. Oh, letter A. So good. All right, so this fabric mat is losing its sticky like you wouldn't believe. So I think I'm just going to use it. So I'm putting shiny side down, matte side up, because the matte side is the actual vinyl piece. we go. I wonder if, yeah, that's big enough. It could fit on there. I might cut them out individually. Let's see. Can I fit this down here? A smidge. A smidge, it will work. Again, that's why scanning in is so great. Love it. Now, Courtney, you're putting vinyl on a fabric mat. Again, this has lost a lot of its life. I wouldn't do that with a paper back, like a pressure sensitive one. You're going to get paper on it. Heat transfer is a little bit more forgiving. It is a little bit of an overkill. A standard mat would do you just fine on that. All right. Fantastic. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and hit start. I'm going to move that camera angle because I want you guys to be able to see the inside of the machine. There we go. Run past you, real fast. Alrighty. There we go. Much better, right? All right, everything looks fantastic. I'm gonna switch out that fabric blade right here back to this vinyl blade. Ooh, there we go. Alrighty, looks great. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, that would have been perfect. All right, let's see. Can this come down? Oh, go back, Courtney. Go back. You know what? I shouldn't have touched that. Go back. If you don't know, there is an undo button. Okay, so right now with it being an offset cut, there are two pieces right now. So there's the offset cut and the original part, and that's how we're able to do that border. So you saw how I just moved one of them and it misaligned it. So what I'm going to do is hit the grouping tools, group by section, group everything right here, hit OK. And now let's see, it's grabbed both pieces. If I hit OK, object edit, and I can go ahead and group them together like this. So now when I move it, it all moves together. Go. All right, let's see. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, I might move it over because I do have a bit of overlap because I was being a little lazy. And so that section right there overlaps. So I don't really want to cut anything right there. But everything else looks so good. I might move this one just a bit. Oh, well, let me not touch that until I group things. Yeah. Okay. Object edit. Group. There we go. That would have been bad. There we go. All right. Fantastic. It looks so good. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK. OK again. Please select, and we want to cut. And we're going to remember turn half cut back on because we're doing vinyl. So the wrench icon, scroll down one, half cut on, and hit OK. All right. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and hit start. All right, one little pat for good luck. There we go. All right, and she's off to the races. There she goes. Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, let me answer some questions while it's doing. Let's see. I'm just cutting on my 330 and can't find my brayer. I know, I hate it. I'm like, I know I have the stuff. There's gremlins in my studio. Must be walking off with my things, right? That's got to be what it is. It couldn't be me, right? 1 second. Sorry, I had to use my cutter for something. Oh my goodness, it's coming out so good. All right, let's see. Any other questions? There we go. Oh, explain the bar on the side. Oh, look, you can see it right here. There's a bar right here, and if I was to lower it or raise it right there, it's actually going to raise and lower an internal bar, and then that way I can do thicker items. So the ScanNCut is the only cutting machine currently that can do a proper 3mm thickness, and it's fantastic to be able to do that. So now I can do things like thin balsa wood and acrylic and stuff like that. Are you done already? Are you serious right now? She's like, and I'm done. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to unload. Oh, this is when I wish the camera angle was back. It's fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off my mat. There we go. And the other one. I really should have put a leading box because I did not need this big of fabric. So let's see. Where did she cut? Oh my gosh, it's so hard to see because she does such a fine cut. But if you bend it a little bit, you can it kind of pops out where she is. All right, so I don't have to waste this vinyl right here. She didn't cut right there. All right, you can save that. All right, there we go. And this one, oh, that's kind of right in the middle. I don't think I'll save anything from that, but this little bit I saved. Let's see. All righty. So we're going to go ahead and weed out. So what it means is I'm going to take the outside part that I know that is not my design and pull it away. I love weeding out heat transfer vinyl that's glitter. It's so easy. I'm not even using my picking tool. It's over here. Like, I don't even need it for this. Now, if it was pressure sensitive vinyl, that's sticky pressure sensitive. Oh yeah, weeding tool all the way. Weeding tool all the way on that. But this, I can just do it with my hands. Now, okay, so it's done this part. Boop. But remember how we did that offset? So we actually have the inside of it that we're going to weed off just to have that outer part. If you want to be really careful weeding this out, you could absolutely heat this part down to something else so you're not wasting it, quote unquote, if you want to do that. There we go. And even the inside of this, how wild is that? Is ready for me to pull. How cool is that, right? That is so cool. All right, let's weed out the other one. That's just neat. You don't have to do it in glitter. I'm just extra, and I like the glitter. All right, let me answer some questions while I'm weeding this out. Let's see. Okay, Lauren, thank you so much for flagging them. Appreciate it. Courtney, I saw that there was a washable marker that used to make small dash lines on the outer edge of the lighter colored fabrics. With the ScanNCut shows when scanned, scanned it to see the edges of the fabric. So well, you can put anything with the universal pin holder. You're saying a brother had one? Because there are pin sets that come with your machine and the additional ones that you can buy separately. Was it a brother product or was it just like a product in general? I only use the rotary blade. I know, right? It's so good. All right, let's see. I'm making sure I'm answering all the questions. I say my kids don't even answer my messages until I text them. LOL. Oh my goodness, he will literally call me if he saw a butterfly. Like, he's gonna call me every chance, and I don't mind. I prefer that over the alternative. Let's see. Oh, kids appreciate you so much when they're out of the house and all decisions are made by them. That is too funny. I know, right? He will call me about anything and everything. That's so funny. All right, there we go. How easy is to weed? I'm not even fully looking at it. I'm just pulling. All right, we're going to weed out the inside part. He's so funny. I do the same thing every week, Landon. Like, oh, and he guilts me like you wouldn't believe. He's like, Mom, what you doing? Mom. There we go. All right. There we go. Gorgeous. It came out so good. Let's see. Same blade. No, I used the thin fabric blade when I was cutting out the fabric, and then I used the there we go, the vinyl blade when I cut out the vinyl, and it does great. All right, here we go. So we've got these down there. We've got these girls right here. Okay, so let me switch you back to this camera because I'm really excited about this, and I think I'm just going to cut these in half. Not in half, but separate from each other. There we go. All right, it makes more sense in my head. So whenever, let me move the camera angle. I'm spoiled with camera angles. That's what it is. All right, let's see. For you guys, I unplugged that one. Let's see. 1 second. Plug that back in. There we go. All right. There we go. We're back. Let me zoom in. Now you get to see all my mess back there. There we go. No judgment here, okay? All right, so we've got our sweatshirt right here. Go ahead and lay her down. Okay, and just so you can see it a little bit better, I'll arrange it better. Let me find my A. Oh, nope, that's an M, Courtney. That is not an A, that's your M. Let me find my A. There we go. So what the thought is, or what the thought process on this is, let me pull this down. There we go. So you have your A, and you're going to place that down where you want, and then the outer part comes, and you line that up and heat it down to seal the edges. Now, again, I could have made that so much thicker, like how I did this one. is a lot thicker around each of those letters. But it's up to you. I did a thinner one on this one. I kind of really wanted to see this fabric. It's so precious and so cute. I have to see it. Now, I'm going to heat down my letters first and then line them up and then put this over it, because if I was to do it the other way, or if I was to try to heat them down at the same time, I'm just really wanting to make sure that heat gets into that fabric to heat that heat and bond light, or ultra. Sorry, I'm so used to using light when I'm doing my appliques, I swear. So I'm going to go ahead and lay them out, make sure I'm answering questions at the same time. I'm going to make a granny one. Oh, I love that, Gwen. That's going to come out so cute. Now, guys, if you don't know, I do have a Facebook group. It's called, Barbara named it, so I'm trying to remember what the name is. It's called Brothers ScanNCut with AllBrands After Hours on Facebook. And you guys can actually post your designs of what you made, and I'm able to see them there. So if you haven't joined that group and you want to show me what you've made, you can totally join that group and I'll be able to see them. All right, there we go. I got to remember to take all the paper backings off. I almost forgot. And then I would try to heat it down and be like, why isn't this heating down? It's so weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, where's my other M? There it is. There we go. All right. There she is. And take off that paper backing. All right, let me answer some more questions. Could you delete the main part of the letter before cutting the offset? Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely could. Instead of grouping them like I grouped, you could just delete out the part you didn't want and it would work fantastic. Go. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you, Mary. She's like, love this. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Oh, I clicked on that one already. The things are moving on me. Well, those gremlins need to bring my screwdriver back from my Solaris. I know. You know, the other day I had a PR, what is it called? A PR screwdriver in my purse. No clue how it got there. Couldn't tell you how it got there. One second. Couldn't tell you how I got there. No clue. No clue how I got there. Sorry, I'm just cutting these apart from each other because I feel like it's easier for me to lay them on there if they're cut out separately. So I'm just literally just going, and I was trimming off a little bit of it so I have less of the clear to work with. I do heat down each of them individually because I feel like it's just, I want attention to detail because I'm lining that clear part up, the border over there, and I don't want to see any of my fabric through. But since the ScanNCut cut it so perfectly, I could possibly see a bit of it through. So I'm very meticulous when I do it. Let's see. So 1 is thin and 2 is thicker and vice versa. Yes. So on the sidebar, yeah, you switch up 1 and 2. So let me show you if you can see this. So, all right, look right here. Oh, wait, can I switch you to this camera? Nope, because I moved that camera. So if you look right here, you see it? Okay, I'm down to 1 and then up to a 2. You saw how that moved? That's an internal bar moving. It's fantastic. It's so good. So that's how they're able to do that thicker things because there's a literal bar that needs to be moved up and down. Can the black blade be used to cut vinyl as opposed to buying the vinyl blade? Yes, it can. It absolutely can. Now, does the vinyl blade do it better? If it's more intricate cuts, I like switching to my vinyl blade, but your black auto blade will get you through it if you don't. If you're like, okay, Courtney, I only do vinyl once in a blue moon, I don't really do it very much, then I don't really want to invest in that kit. Totally understand. Use the black vinyl blade. It'll do you great. But if you're like, oh, I'm actually doing vinyl a good bit, or like me, I do it enough where I'm like, okay, that made sense. There are 2 different vinyl kits. There's one, Lauren, can you link those for me? There's one that is Disney and it comes with extra Disney designs. The blade's the same. The blade itself is the same in both kits. And then the other kit comes with additional designs that aren't Disney. That's the only difference between the 2 of them. The blades are totally the same. If you wanted to wider vinyl edge, could you do a -8, -12? You absolutely could. You absolutely could. Yep. Do you use the auto blade for vinyl? Yeah, so that vinyl blade is an auto blade. I didn't have to tell it anything additionally other than like, hey, half cut. Let's see. All right, let's see. I think we're doing good. I answered a question. I'm kind of patting myself on the back. So I wanted, so if I wanted a little thicker, what number would I want? That one is a -10. So would it be, so which would be a wider? So like a -11, number 12, you just keep going and that's going to give you that chunkier edge. So just keep going. So -10 was this thickness. So if you wanted it thicker than that, go. So like a -20 would be twice as thick as this one. Yep. This grandma has the specialty buttons, all right? All right, so I'm gonna come back to the comments, I promise. Oh gosh, she's so quick. She's so quick. We love Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've laid these out. I've been playing around. Oh, I think I might chop off this end of this one. I don't know. All right, let's see what she said. But if you invest in the vinyl blade, you might start using more vinyl. Right, you know what? That's never a bad thing. So I do it because it can just travel to all my machines. It's not a big deal, you know, for me, but it's 100% up to you what you prefer to do. I'm so sorry if that's so loud, but like I won't cut anything without these. I absolutely won't. It's a habit now. Oh, she tagged the Disney one as 2. Or she commented the Disney one. So they're both in there. So again, it's addition. The only difference are the designs that come with it because you get free designs. And one is Disney and one is not Disney. All right, let's switch you back to this wrong camera recording. There we go. All right, so we've got our M. There we go. There we go. Our A. Another M. Make sure I spell this correctly. Oh my gosh, how bad would that be? I heat everything down and I'm like, I did not spell it correctly. And the other A. I like how I was like, this is going to be a short show. This is a really easy project. No, Courtney, most of it's just you chatting. All right, so I'm going to put my wool mat underneath because I do not want to iron to my other stuff right down there. All right, and we're just going to iron this real quick because, again, there we go. Let me slip this underneath. We want to heat up that Heat and Bond Ultra on the back of it. All right, I'm going to hover over it to make sure I did line these up properly. Now, if you wanted to, when the machine cut, to make sure that spacing was big enough, you could. I didn't want to have to deal with that. I was like, eyeballing it's good for today. All right, here we go. I'm just going to lay down the iron just to heat up that glue on the back of that Heat and Bond Ultra. That's all I'm doing is just heating up that glue. Oh, all right. Lauren, Anne Marie said she can't add the Disney one to her cart. She tried. Can you take a look at that for me? That would be great. Thank you, Anne Marie. Appreciate that. All right, heat down my A. And I'm just putting even pressure down on it. And I'm not doing the ironing motion, you know, the back and forth. We don't want to do that. We just want even pressure down. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, Paige says it's in-store only? Really? Okay, the Disney one might be retail only. Is it really? Can you double check that for me? I believe you, Lauren. I believe you. Let's see. Okay. What can you check? She's fairly corny. It says it on the page. Oh, is that one? Okay, so that one might be like retail. You have to come to the store to get. Well, then thank goodness we have the other one. Okay, do you see how that, like, it's down on there? I like how I look like a cat. Let's shift this over. Things I didn't think I was going to say today. It's fine. All right, last one. Is the Heat and Bond permanent, or will it stitch? Oh, I said, or will you stitch around it later? So I'm using Heat and Bond Ultra, Kimberly, and that is permanent. Yeah, that is permanent, and that is going to stay down on there. If it was a Heat and Bond Light, that wouldn't be. That's what most people use, a Heat and Bond Light, whenever they're doing, again, like appliques and stuff like that. All right, Lauren said it's oh, okay. So no, we can't. Are you? I don't think it is, Lauren. I don't, she says it's not. I've seen it in person a few times. Yeah, it shouldn't. It should be up there. All righty. All right, there we go. Fantastic. All right, so let's grab our A, just because we're right here, and we're gonna line it up. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I'm gonna try to make sure I line it up. The machine did a good job cutting it out, Courtney. Line it up properly. Oh, that's cute. Now I'm gonna put a protective layer of fabric right here. Oh, how funny. Let's use the scraps of that fabric. Let's lay that on there. All right, there we go. Because I don't want to put this hot iron to the plastic. Now, Courtney, I've seen some people iron straight to plastic. That's totally cool. But for me, if the iron's not hot enough to heat that plastic and ruin it and get it stuck on my iron, it's not hot enough to activate the glue on the back of that heat transfer vinyl for me. Yep. Oh, was it crooked when I pressed it down? Oh, it might be the angle. I think it might be the camera angle. I'm not really sure. All right, let's see. Do you carry heat presses? We absolutely do carry heat presses. Yep. Let's see. The dash lines of the lighter fabric is just as thick that can be used to help you see the edges of how to know where the edges are. Dash lines. Carolyn, actually, I think what that is. Let's see. The vinyl leftover of the letters can be used on the reverse mama. Oh, fun! The fabric on the opposite. Yeah, okay. So she's saying, hey, for those ones that we weeded out, the opposite pieces, you could use that the opposite way. I love that. That's great. All right, let's see. Ooh, she's hot. Wow, cute. I do kind of wish I went thicker, but like that other one's thicker. So I'd like, different, I'm throwing things, different methods or different looks to it. It's really cute. All right, and I'm just going to heat that down now that we've taken that clear plastic off. Heat it down. I like to give it one good final seal. Now, I do have a heat press in the studio with me. I took mine from home and I brought it here because, let's be honest, I craft more here than I do at home. And so I will give it a nice little seal before I wear it and stuff. Oop, no, that was not even close to straight. That was not even close, Courtney. That wasn't even straight, was not even in the building at that moment. There we go. All right, heat this one down. He's still texting me. That's funny. He's still texting me. He's ridiculous. All right. Oh, Lauren said she fixed it. Thank you, Lauren. All right, the Disney one should be up, guys. Thank you guys so much for that. Appreciate it. Oh, she's like, please try it again. I love Lauren. She's so great. Thank you, Lauren. You're the unsung hero of these shows, I swear. Let's see. Alrighty. Oh, thank you. I use light for applique. Yeah, light's great. Yeah. So there's a need for both. There we go. Oh, it gives me an idea for spring decorations, right? I love the colors. The colors were great. You guys picked good. Boys love their mamas. They really do. There we go. Wants to talk to you. I know he does. There we go. He's a mess. And then, of course, whenever I'm not doing anything, I'm not going to hear from him. There we go. All righty. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need to heat that down. Y'all saw that? I need to heat that down better. That's why I've been trying to be good about not just ripping things off, because if it's something like that, it would have taken it all. There we go. When I use that heat press, that's going to seal it in good. Now, I've seen the question, Courtney, do we have to have a heat press to do stuff like this? No, you can do it with a hand iron. Now, if you're doing a business, I always recommend a heat press. It's never a bad idea because we want to seal it in and have nice quality things. But I mean, just for something like this, you can do it with with a hand iron. You're fine. I felt weird not being able to see you guys. It's so good. Oh, it's hot. Now, there are some vinyls that prefer to be cold peeled, and there's some that prefer, let me put you guys back here so you can see, some that prefer to be a cold peel and some that prefer to be a cooler peel. Do you see how I did not line it up right there? I'm calling myself out. It's fine. No one's going to notice that but me and all of you that I just told. But other than that, no one else would notice. But anyway, so some vinyls prefer to be cold peeled and some of them prefer to be a hot peel. I've noticed Caesar, they kind of are okay with being a hot peel, and I prefer hot peels because I get really excited and I want to rip things off and see what they are. But it's some of them, again, it's just using them. Sometimes it'll say it on the packaging, sometimes it won't. Let's see. I like that you're using an iron as not all of us can afford a heat press. Absolutely. You know how I got mine? Funny story is my husband asked me for our second wedding anniversary. It was a very long time ago. He's like, well, what do you want for our anniversary, for our wedding anniversary? And I was like, a heat press. He's like, really? I'm like, I really want a heat press. And he was like, okay. So he got me a heat press. So I always laugh that he's sitting right there. My heat press is my anniversary gift. And now it's here because I craft more here because she's here. And her. There we go. He's still texting me. He's fine, by the way. There we go. I need to heat that part down more. I'm going to heat it down. I think I'll get a better seal now with the clear part off. That's why I always give it a seal at the end, because now it can get right to that vinyl and right to that fabric and really set in. All right, let's see. Text your son and tell him we said hi. He would die. I think there was only one video that he's on. It's just his audio. It's when I did picture play. Remember when I did that picture play? I think I did it on AllBrands After Hours. We did a picture play of him and his girlfriend from prom, and he gave it to her as a Valentine gift. She loved it. And I asked him if it was okay if I could do his audio and share it with you guys. And he was like, "That's so cool. How are you able to do these things?" I'm like, your mom is crafty. I don't know if you know that, son. Your mom's a little crafty. All right, last letter. Go. This is going by quick. Most of it's just me chatting. Let's be honest here. Okay, just ordered. Oh, good. You were able to go on there. Thank you. Let's see. Doing tutorials on heat press would be nice. Maybe we can mix it up. Sometimes we'll do iron. Sometimes we'll do heat press. How about that? It's the only time I'll hear from my daughter is when she wants something. It's not true about him. Let me not. He's a good one. Love the fabric in center and the vinyl around the letters. Thank you for showing this. Absolutely. This is like the easiest thing, because you know those mama shirts are so popular. And this way we can do it out of all the pretty fabric, because a lot of times I'll see vinyl and I'm like, well, the vinyl is not what I want it to be. Like, I want a fun, colorful vinyl. And if I can't find what I want, goodness knows I can find some fabrics. So this is how I can incorporate it. But then I like to put the vinyl, one, because it gives that pretty edge, but also because I know it'll seal that in. So when I'm washing it, I won't have any of that weird pulling up or anything like that. It'll seal it really well. So it's fantastic. Tell him to watch you live. He will. Let's see. Do you keep a machine at home for general mending and such? Yes, I do. So my Luminaire is at home now. She's at home. The Avenir came here, and I have a SDX 325 at home and a 650. I still have my 650 at home. And what else do I have? I have a lot of machines, guys. I have it. Let's see. Does your iron have a retractable cord? No, this one doesn't. The M3 Pro. I'm glad it's written on the side, because I would not remember what it was. It does not, but I like this one because it has a little light, which you think is kind of weird, but I really like it, especially if I'm being good and ironing down my, or whenever I'm piecing, if I want to iron down my corners and make them all flat and everything like that, I like the little light to get in there. She's a good one. And it's small enough, if you guys ever seen me on the show do applique, I'll put, whenever I do the heat and bond light, I'll put it right inside the hoop, and it fits into my small hoops. So love doing that. Let's see. I like this combo even better than puffy foam, right? Yeah, I have puffy foam. I've done the puffy foam one, and that one was great too. But this is so easy. Like, what a quick project. What a fun, quick project. All right, you ready? Ta-da! Oh, it's so pretty. It came out so, let me show you on this camera. It came out so pretty. Like, it's just that little bit of shine, a little bit of glitter to it, you know, that really makes it look really, really nice. I absolutely love this. Like, how pretty. That little bit of shine to it. It's so good. It's so good. So now I'll be able to wear my cute little sweatshirt with the push pins and the little glitter and mama. Oh my, I thought that thread was stuck underneath the vinyl for 2 seconds, and I had a small panic attack. It wasn't. It was just sitting there. That's being in a sewing room. Okay. Being in a sewing room, there's going to be threads everywhere. All right. Let's see. Making sure I'm getting behind in the comments. I need to make sure I keep up. Let's see. All righty. Can the vinyl kit blade fit a 325? It can. Yep. I use the exact same one for my 330 as I do my 325. All my vinyl blades, they switch in between each other. Yep. It can be used for a 325. It can be used on a 225, a 230, 325, and 330. It possibly can go on the other ones, like a 125 and an 85, but I don't know that for sure because I've never used them on those. But I do know a 225, 230, 325, and 330 can absolutely use them. Yep. Let's see. Oh, thank you. She's like, cute mama. I know, how cute, right? All right, let's see. Oh, I think I made it to the bottom. I think I did it. I'm kind of proud of myself. Oh, I can't see if you guys can see it up close. It's so cute. So would you have added chunkier border or would you have done the thin border? I kind of like them both. Okay, so this is the thin border. And let me get my other one. This is the chunkier border. Which one would you have done? I feel like you can see the fabric better on the thinner one than you can on the chunkier one. Like you could tell it's strawberries, but like you can't see a whole strawberry. Like, see, like you can tell it's strawberries, but like the strawberries are cut, you know? Where this one, whoop, whoop, you can see the push pins better. Right? Am I crazy or am I overthinking this? So the thin one for the fabric. I like the thicker. Ooh, chunky. Both chunky. Someone's gonna come in and be like, "Why are they saying chunkies? What are they doing?" Let's see. I'm so grateful this is available for me to watch the reruns. Thank you for keeping these videos on YouTube for us. You are absolutely welcome. Yeah, they all save onto our YouTube channel. Is that shirt for you? You need to make one for your sister. No, don't tell her. Y'all know she's going to find out. She's going to find out. And then she's going to be like, where's my shirt? I like how y'all know she's going to call me. We've hung out too much. Let's see, Courtney, I love that fabric. It looks like stick pins. That would be great for quilter. Yeah. How cute is this? All right, guys. So very, very cute. So if you haven't already, hurry, and put your hashtag AllBrands. This flew by. This was so easy and just flew by. Anyone that says kitty's mommy's, oh, cute. All right, hashtag AllBrands. We're about to pull. Ready? All right, let's do this. And let's see, it's gonna be Donna. Congratulations, Donna. You just won an AllBrands $25 e-gift card. Please email events with your name, number, and address to claim your $25 e-gift card. Again, that is events at AllBrands to claim your $25 e-gift card with your name, address, and your information. There we go. Congratulations, Donna. All right, guys, I've had a blast. This has been so much fun chatting with you guys. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of a heads up. Don't kill Courtney. So I'm going on vacation. And so the video next Thursday is going to be a pre-record. Okay, it will be a pre-record. We'll still have all the chat features. We'll still be in there. I'll still be in the chat with you guys, but it will be a pre-record because I will be on vacation. So no killing me. All right. So go ahead and put in the comments, what do you guys want me to do? What do you guys want me to show you? Now, since it's a pre-record, it means I can do longer projects because I can zoom it all together. So whatever you guys want. Oh, thank you, Shelly. She's like, you'll be missed. So let me know down in the comments what you guys would like for next Thursday's show. It might be possibly 2 Thursdays, but put in the comments what you guys would like, and I will make sure to pre-record that because I can't leave you without a video. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. And again, make sure that you stop by our website if you haven't already, because we have tons of really great things like Heat and Bond Light. We also, of course, have ScanNCuts. The 325 is available to ship on our website, and we'd be happy to do that. And we appreciate when you guys do purchase the rest because, of course, we're the guys giving you free education. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.